Hey man, outside. Outside. Go. Go. What's up, y'all? Marcus Farrell live here. What's going on today? We're going to talk about the trauma bond. Everything trauma bond. Most of the things that you were going through with a narcissistic person or a avoidant ex has something to do with a trauma bond. Like, ooh, my shirt wrinkled. I got a wrinkled shirt on today. You can't use a dryer. You got to like iron that thing. Check this out. First off, if you're watching me right now and you're interested in a one-on-one, please feel free to inbox me here on TikTok or do yourself a favor and go over to Gmail. It's thenarcop@gmail.com. But we're going to get into it, that trauma bond. Look, I was playing 2K after a workout, basically running from my responsibilities of my job that I have. And this was a couple of weeks ago. And I started, and for some strange reason, I started feeling guilty about the things that had happened between me and my ex-narcissist. Now, I am a narcissistic abuse recovery coach. And even to this day, trauma bonds, the lingering of a trauma bond can affect me, but not like completely. It's just a thought. And when it came, I literally was like, whoa. Wait a minute. Pause for a second. Why am I thinking about this person? So I do realize that forced healing, forced thinking, forcing yourself out of any kind of rumination is a skill set that you need to develop. But let's talk about while you're in it, while you are, whether it is in the relationship or after you're out of the relationship, how these trauma bonds affect you. They are a real thing. And a lot of the questions that you have, a lot of the feelings that you have, a lot of the maturations and the wondering why the narcissist does what they do, or why you might get jealous, or why you ruminate. A lot of these things come from the trauma bond and the trauma bond by itself. Now, let's establish how the trauma bond got started. The trauma bond got started with you and the narcissist during the love bombing phase, at the beginning of the relationship with this fake person. The narcissist intentionally creates a situation where your brain thinks that you organically need the narcissist. Now follow me. You are an innocent victim in this part of it. You didn't have any control of it because you don't know what narcissism is. I bet you understand after that narcissist how a love bomb actually works now. I promise you won't allow the perfect person to come and sweep you off of your feet in 5 minutes anymore. Well, that's called discernment. But you didn't have discernment. During the love bomb, discernment is thrown out the window and literally shipped to a different planet. You don't have any discernment. So what does the narcissist do? The narcissist creates the perfect environment for a love bomb. Not only to get you to trust them, not only to get you to follow them, not only to get you to be in the situation where your brain is saying, okay, this person is going to be the love of my life, realizing that something might be a little bit off because they're going to show you a red flag. So what do they do to establish a trauma bond? Well, the narcissist established trauma bonds by literally studying your every single mood. And I'm going to tell you something, unless you're a college professor that happens to be researching something, or unless you're in law school and you're studying those big, huge LexisNexis books and all that crap that they got, you don't have the natural level of observing someone like the narcissist was observing you during the love bomb. Now, why this was necessary for them? Because here's the thing, the narcissist targets you and they realize that you are going to be a good supply. They don't realize yet that you are literally the empath, the chosen one, their primary supply until they're halfway in the middle of a love bomb. But they need to study you and mirror you. They have to study you and mirror you, And the reason why they do is because the old supplies were weak. They don't forget something. They jumble together all of these personalities. They jumble together all of these personalities, these different people from the past. They package them all up and then they put them in a little bubble and then they swallow it like a pill, and all of a sudden that's their personality. But they know that personality is something that's either toxic, weak, or just not enough when they meet an empath. So they have to study you because they have to mirror you because they see something special in you. They see that the supply within them is going to be so strong. They see it. They know it. They feel it. A narcissist, when they meet an empath, has to, literally has to mirror you and turn into your personality and study you. They have to do it. Because their mask that they come into the relationship with is a weak mask in comparison to what they need to do to lock a real empath in and get you trauma bonded. I don't think y'all feel me. Do you understand what a trauma bond is? Do you understand why the narcissist had to mirror you? Leave me one in the comments right now if you know why the narcissist had to do it. It wasn't your bad luck. It wasn't your bad luck. It was the universe. It was God allowing it to happen. Trust me, but we're gonna get to that. But it wasn't your bad luck. It wasn't something that was just supposed to happen. It just happened to happen. No. It had to happen because the narcissist did not have a personality. So when they found their next victim, which is you, which you weren't a victim. Okay, you're a future survivor. You're a thriver to their nonsense. You are going to be the biggest lesson for that narcissistic person, and it starts during the love bomb. So, since they had to do it, they had to go and pull out all the bells and whistles. And you, my friend, were the hardest, most well thought about, most perfectly executed study they've ever done in their life. That's why that love bond feels so real. That's why that trauma bond, it feels so strong, even months, weeks, years after the relationship with the narcissist. But it affects them too. The narcissist had to study you. And while they were studying you, they did different methods. See, during that love bomb, they tried you. The red flags were there. So they were being sweet as hell while gathering information. Okay, how far can I go with this person? I'm going to love them straight for a week, show up for everything. And then Tuesday of next week at 3 o'clock, we know we have a lunch planned. I said I was going to be there at 12:45, but I'm going to show up at 1 o'clock. I'm going to show up at 1 o'clock. This is the first time they try something very simple like that. I have to start manipulating this person, but I don't know how to yet. So let me just show up 15 minutes late. Let me show up to the date that we got planned for a week ahead, 15 minutes late. It shouldn't be enough for this person to leave me, but it will be enough for me to see what their reaction is. So they show up 15 minutes late during the love bomb. They're still love bombing you. They know they're late. You know they're late. But you think to yourself, oh, it's normal. People are late all the time. Even though you had this thing planned for 7 days ahead. No matter, I'm just going to try it because I need to see what I can push. The trauma bond. Now, you literally are like, oh, it's okay, baby. Cool. I mean, people are late all the time, man. You want to get something to eat? What you want to eat? Or do you drink? What you want to drink? Meanwhile, they're over there in the side like, ha, 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 ha. In the back of their mind, they're like, established. I can be late. 2 weeks later, they haven't done anything else. They're very calculated. 2 weeks later, they decide to go ahead and all of a sudden, they turn their phone off of airplane mode because they know they got another supply. The old supply is still chasing. Don't forget, this is a narcissist. The old supply is still chasing, but around you, they done put that phone in the airplane mode. Can't nobody get to them when they with you. See, that's the phase when you thought they were being loyal. No, they were just being deceptive. 2 weeks later, they turn off their airplane mode, knowing that that old supply they probably owe money to or still chasing or wondering what's going on. The same thing that happened with you. But here's the thing. It's not going to be as serious as you because the old supply ain't an empath. So all of a sudden, the phone rings and they look at the phone and you see a name on the phone. And it's like, and they might say something the first time like, oh, well, yeah, somebody from work. And you're looking like, well, why they keep calling back to back to back to back? But see, you don't say anything because it's the love bomb. You're like, oh, well, I understand. You don't even put those expectations of a narcissist and narcissistic actions on that person yet. This is why the trauma bond affects you so much. I'm getting into it. Just follow me. So you remember the first time you saw that phone call from a random number? Leave it in the comment section. Say, yep. Leave me a 100 if you remember the first time you saw a random call from the phone number, but you did not go out of your way to check it. It was not a red flag to you. You remember that? So listen, now, boom, in the back of their mind, now they're saying, oh, I can be late. And more importantly, now I have established the fact, because in their little sick, twisted minds, their little narcissistic minds, they've established the fact that they can have other phone calls from other numbers coming from you. So now they got two weapons of armor. Then 3 days later, you know what? Because they're switching it up on you. They're switching it up on you. They're switching up. They're not devaluing you yet. They're testing your boundaries. So since they're switching it up on you and they're testing your boundaries, now maybe a couple of days later, they lie about something. It might be something simple, right? Something very simple. Hey, you said you were going to come by when I was out of town. You're going to let the dog out. Well, the dog pooped all over the house. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. My bad. You think that narcissist didn't know to come by your house and let that dog out? They're in the middle of a love bomb. But he said, no, I came by and the door was locked. No, I came by, that key didn't work. And you're like, whatever. But you let it go because you're the empath. So now they done tested your boundaries 3 times. They were late, they had a random phone call, and also they lied to you. They're establishing what they can get away with during the love bomb right underneath your nose. And since you are an empath, you're forgiving. So now 3 things done happen, but you're like, well, that's just normal human being type things. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they did something different. Of course, people are late. But in their mind, they're like, oh no, this is documented weight that I have in this study and this research that I have on this empath of mine that I am going to weaponize later on. You don't feel me, family. If you understand me, family, let me see it in the comments. If you understand where I'm going, why the trauma bond is so effective right now on you. So now the narcissist, the same narcissistic person, has had 3 things. Now you know what? Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and make it 4. So they're supposed to come by one night. Come by your house. You guys have been passionate in bed. You guys have been very intimate, kissy face and all that stuff. And then one night they say they're going to come by. And y'all have planned it for weeks. And the narcissist just doesn't show up. And this is one of their first big ones. I always talk about the big one that the narcissist does. Well, this is the first big one. They don't show up. They go ahead and say, all right, I'm going to go back to my old supply and just manipulate them a little bit more. So they don't show up. They don't call. They don't text. They don't do anything. They call you the next day. Now, they know in their mind, all right, you know what? The empath might have The empath might not like this one. The empath might not feel this one. But you know what? I got a funny feeling because they just overlooked everything else that I did, that I could just show up tomorrow because I'm still love bombing them. I'm still getting them attached to me. Let me see what their reaction is. And you call them the next day. They call you the next day, and all of a sudden, your reaction is, hey, man, what happened to you last night? Oh, well, yeah, I just went to sleep. Now they lied. Then they cheated. They already cheated. They already went back. They already banged out the old supply. They lied and they cheated. And guess what? You're like, oh, well, you went to sleep? You being the empath, a forgiving person, a loving person, the person that will give your all to the narcissist. Now you're like, oh, well, if you just went to, okay, well, just text me, let me know. So now they've already violated you during the love bomb. They didn't devalue you. They violated you during the love bomb because they were testing their boundaries. And guess what they got away with during the love bomb? They got away with cheating on you. They got away with lying to you. And they're still in the process of mirroring you. They tested your boundaries. They tested the level of respect that you have for yourself. Now, in relationships after a narcissist, your discernment is so high, there's like, oh, you didn't show up? All right, bet, well, in peace. Now, we don't play that. You send me a text message. But see, with that narcissist, they were just gathering information. And all of it was on purpose. Family, all of it was on purpose, family. This wasn't a situation where they were accidentally doing these things. They had a planned out, like a dang PhD thesis statement. They had it planned out. They were doing documented research on how far they could push you. Now, here's the thing. We're talking about you, but here's the ramifications for them in their mind. In their mind, right? They get addicted to this. This is what they need. They need the manipulation to work. They're getting supply from it. They're getting good supply from all the love that you're showing. They're getting supply from the old supply that's helping them with it. And also they're getting supply off of manipulating you. So they're getting 3 sources of supply. So during this love bomb, which they established the trauma bond with you with. During this love bomb, they're establishing the trauma bond with you. They don't realize that they're establishing the trauma bond. They don't even call it a trauma bond. They just call it their manipulation cycle. They thinking it's a manipulation cycle. They think that what they're doing to you is normal. Now they have already established the 3 cardinal sins. They lied, they cheated, and you're still happy. You're still giving them all the things that they want. You're still happy. You're still giving them all the things that they want. Oh, they are winning during this love bomb phase. So if you think about it, during each phase of the relationship, they were lying and cheating and lying and cheating to you, cheating on you the whole time. That's why I don't understand after the relationship is over, when they start posting these pictures with a new supply, you guys are going out of your way and saying, oh, they're just living their best life. No, they were lying and cheating with you. What makes you think they're not lying to you right now? They lie at all times. But I digress. So now they done skipped the night and you done took them back anyway. You're not even thinking that they cheated. It's not even on your mind at this point that these people went out of their way and cheated on you. It's not even in your brain. That hasn't even gone past your first thought. It was like, oh, okay, well, they were just late. They went to sleep. That's what happens. No, you failed the test. They won the test. So since they did that, now they can make it more frequent. Now, instead of a lie every 2 days, now they can lie to you every day. And see, they learn what buttons to press. They learn what you are going to be willing to accept. They learn what you're going to overlook. They've learned that you are going to be forgiving in certain situations. Now, that is their play box. That is their toolbox. And they are going to build something horrible and nasty within your life. If y'all like what I'm saying, please send me a gift. Do the Daily Heart Me, follow me. It's perfectly fine. If you're interested in the one-on-one, please inbox me. Now they are using this. They weaponize. They have a toolbox. Their looks, their charms, how they are in bed, and all the manipulation on top of that. So you wonder where the trauma bond comes from. And you wonder, because I'm talking about the trauma bond. Now, during that love bomb phase, we're gonna go and enter into the devaluation phase. And why are we entering into the devaluation phase? Because after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months of them weaponizing their manipulation toolbox, they've tested, they've pushed boundaries. You've loved them, you've forgiven them. You're like, all I want is your love. And they're like, all I want is your supply. One day you're like, they decide, you know what? I think I'm going to spend the weekend with my old supply. I'm going to spend the whole weekend. I'm going to spend the whole weekend with my old supply. And not only am I going to spend the weekend with my old supply, I'm going to post some mysterious picture of me in some mysterious place when I told my empath that I am dealing with that we would hang out on Sunday. So Friday night comes around, they're nowhere to be found. Saturday night comes around, they're nowhere to be found. You're texting, you're calling, you're chasing, you're texting, you're calling, you're chasing, you're texting, you're calling, you're trying to figure out, you might even go by their house. They're not there. You don't know where they are. And they pop up at lunchtime on Monday. Hey, went out of town, had an emergency. And you're like, you ain't had no damn emergency. Because see, for the first time in a relationship, you're starting to add all the things together that you noticed were red flags, but they weren't red flags because you were so in love that you just ask a simple question. You ask the question for the first time in a relationship. You ask the question for the first time. You're not even being accusatory. You're just asking questions. And the question that you ask is as simple as, where were you? Well, you know, I had a family emergency and this, that, and the other. You couldn't text me back? Well, my phone was so-and-so, this, that, and the other. But that don't make any sense. Because your location says you were in town. Yeah, well, so-and-so had my phone. And then you say to yourself, for the first time in a relationship, that don't make no damn sense. See, for the first time in a relationship, you start, this is where the love bombing ends and the devaluation begins. I need y'all to follow me because you had the gall to do math in your head. You had the gall to question. Because see, at this point, they got you. They've gotten away with so much stuff that you forgave them for. So the first time you actually question when they're doing their big one, now understand at this point, they done already cheated on you. They already lied to you 20 times. They done banged out about 2 or 3 people behind your back because you are not looking. But that love bomb is working because they are getting the supply that they need out of you. They have never stopped being narcissists. They have never stopped being 304s. They have never stopped being the people that they are. It's just that perception that you had of them was consistent and loyal. But finally, the end of the love bomb and the start of the evaluation, you had the gall to actually say something. And when you said something, it caused a narcissistic injury. So now they're lying. Gets questioned. Well, see, you got to understand something. You cause them a narcissistic injury if their lies don't work every single time because they are trusting in their manipulation because they're getting supply off of the manipulation that they did off of you. They're trusting the manipulation. They're leaning into that manipulation. That's what they need to survive. They're cheating on you and you not knowing about it. And then all of a sudden you are actually asking questions that might lead to the conclusion that they are doing something behind your back. The whole time, they were getting supply off of you never thinking they were doing something behind your back. That was supply for them. Family, if you understand what I'm saying, please, leave a 100. Send me a gift. I am a gift. I'm a gift needer. Do the daily heart me. Help me hit my target goal, man. You see the little heart with the target on it, the dartboard? Do one of those things for me, man. If you really feeling what I'm saying, and you understand what I'm saying. They need that. So the devaluation starts when you just start saying that, when you start doing math. I'm not saying the devaluation starts when you ask the question. I'm not saying the devaluation starts when you accuse them of something. I'm saying the devaluation starts when you just start looking at the book and the picture that they painted in your face. You start looking at the picture that they painted in your face. Now, family, in a normal relationship, when you ask questions, a healthy partner is going to just answer the questions. But a healthy partner hasn't tested your boundaries like a science experiment, and they're getting research off of. In a healthy relationship, when somebody goes missing for 2 days, they come back into you and they say, look, my ops kidnapped me. You're probably going to be like, you lying. Or, did they? Yeah, no, they kidnapped me. Look, here's the video recording right here. That's the pew pew to my head. They kidnapped me. They were trying to extort me. Oh, okay. Well, did you call the police? See, a healthy relationship, people don't do that. But in a manipulationship with the narcissist, the devaluation starts when you start questioning them because they're not prepared to answer anything. They're not prepared to be honest. And to be honest with you, you are an empath that is rocking with them. So follow me. There was a high likelihood that if they had came out and said, I spent the weekend with my ex, you probably would have been like, that's really messed up. Let's see if we can work on it. Because that's you. That's you. That's you. But a narcissistic collapse comes, a narcissistic injury comes when you break their plans in any kind of way. A narcissistic injury comes when you decide that, oh, okay, this math does not math. And it doesn't math to me because, see, once they have you, once they've locked you in, once they got used to doing manipulation behind your back, and you question it, and you just question it, that's the end of the love bomb. You don't know it. That's the end of them putting you on a pedestal. You don't know it. You wonder where it all went wrong? It all went wrong when you had a backbone. It all went wrong when you started doing math. It all went wrong when you thought to yourself, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. And guess what? You might not even be questioning it thinking that they're cheating. You might be questioning it thinking about their health and their humanity and if they're alive or not and if they're doing okay or not. Bruh, are you sick? Do I need to put out a bolo on you? Do I need to put you on the front of a milk carton? No, my friend. You should not question that. So now the real manipulation begins. The devaluation begins. And this is what, see, that was the beginnings of the trauma bond. You're not trauma bonded yet. You were asking questions. Leading into the trauma bond during the devaluation, this is where the trauma bond gets established. See, the trauma bond gets established in a strong way. Because see, that now this narcissist thinks that you're on to them. Now this narcissist has this, because they have deep-rooted abandonment issues. So now the narcissist is going to weaponize that mirroring and that studying of you and punish you for it. So you might ask a question like, well, where were you last weekend? That narcissist is going to say, you're tripping. I wasn't doing anything. I told you. I had a family emergency. But since you can't understand and don't like me having my family and taking care of my family, then you know what? We don't need to talk. And then they'll give you the silent treatment for 1, 2 days, a week. Meanwhile, they get to go right back to their supply. their old supply and do it again. Now, you're like, what? Can't we just talk? Like, can't we talk this out as adults? See, look at how simple the situation was, family. Look at what you did. All you did was ask some questions, and now they are on a no contact version of silent treatment that they are off seeing somebody else just because you asked them a question. You ask them a question, and in their mind, it gives them an excuse to spend more time with an old supply or a side supply or a potential new supply. And see, the trauma bond comes because you're trying to figure out what you did wrong. They're punishing you until you act right. So when you do get in contact again, now you're like, yo, what happened to you? Listen, if you wouldn't have asked me these questions, if you would have just trusted me, if you would have just shown me love, I just need you to trust me, and then I won't have to do things like that. I didn't feel like talking to a toxic person because they absolutely love to use healing language. They absolutely love to use all the language that we need to survive as empaths. They absolutely love to use it for their manipulation. Oh, you're just being so toxic. How was I being toxic? I asked you to break you work this weekend. I just asked you where you were this weekend. Leave it in the comment section if you've gone through something like this. Leave a number 1. Leave a 100. If you're going through something like this, because it happens to all of us, where something so simple turns into a whole thing, and that's how it happens with the narcissist. They cannot level set. They cannot be normal. They cannot be chill. They have to have that drama. So now the manipulation is working, and here's where the trauma bonding comes in, because now they have partially trained your brain in order to get them back and keep them happy. You have to not ask questions. Not asking questions leads to not having a resolution. Not having a resolution leads to you wondering what the hell is going on. You wondering what the hell is going on is the emphasis of a trauma bond. Is how the trauma bond starts. You being confused. All that toxicity. Now you're proving now you're trying to prove to a person that you love. You're trying to prove to a person that you love that I didn't mean anything by just asking you about your whereabouts. No, my friend. No. They took that as you are trying to break the cardinal rule of this relationship, that I do whatever I want because I trained you during that love bomb. You don't remember? So immediately after you've calmed down, now you're still in the devaluation mode with this narcissist, but in your brain, you're back in the love bomb again. Well, okay, so I won't ask you questions so much. Now you've already devalued yourself. You've already disrespected yourself. You're still in a relationship with a person that won't answer your basic questions. But you know what? If it's gonna get me back to the love bomb phase, fuck it. I won't ask any questions. I don't have to ask any questions. I don't have to keep going with this. It's fine. You know what? Perfectly fine. That trauma bond is in full effect now. Now the narcissist is like, mwah, ha, 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 ha. Oh, I got you. Enter the new supply. Now, I want you to understand it. It might be an old supply that turned into a new supply. It might be a new supply. You might see the new supply. You might not. But the grooming has begun. Because this narcissist at this point knows that you are trauma bonded because you have accepted their fuckery and decided to go ahead and stay with them anyway. That red flag was not enough for you to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm out. In a perfect world, all of us, including myself, would have been out as soon as that first situation happened. We would have been out. You would have saved yourself a lot of drama. But no. It's a blessing and the curse of being an empath. You want to see it fixed. You want to see it right. You want to see it okay. But the narcissist is now like, oh yeah, so this is over. See what I mean? This is how this manipulation works. You think you're resetting back to the love bomb. They're already moving on to the new supply. They're already going over to the new supply. It's done. Your relationship, your healthy relationship is virtually over, and you're the only person who doesn't know about it. But I tell you who does know about it: the new supply and the narcissist. Maybe a few flying monkeys. Oh, you think that smear campaign starts when the relationship is over? You think that smear campaign starts when y'all have gone your separate ways? No. That smear campaign started about a week after the love bomb. And baby boy, baby girl, everybody was involved in it. Because, see, they've seen this before. The only person who probably didn't see it before, maybe they have seen it before, is the new supply. Now, they're grooming the new supply. You need to know this. They're grooming the new supply. You're being devalued. You thinking you're going back into a love bombing phase. They're like, oh, no. You had the gall to test me, to try me, to ask me questions about how I treat you. You are not worth it. See, they already realize that they are terrible human beings with low moral standards and low value, and you are a high-class, good human being with good morality and good parental raising. They already realize this right here. So since the moment that you took them back and you didn't stand on business, they're like, oh, no, you're beneath me, and I am you, but better. Because, see, I can be you because I know everything about you. And I can get anybody to play your role. But you know what? I need you. I still need to be intimate with somebody. I still need to get financial favors. I don't know how to cook that meal that you know how to do. I need you to be a good arm candy for me. I need you to, like, they still need you. So they're not just going to let you go. They're not going to walk away from you. They're just going to groom the new supply and suck you for every single possible thing that you can do for them during that time period. I need you to hear me, family. I need y'all to share this out. Tap that like button. I don't know how many people in here, man. I only got 17,000 likes right now. Y'all get me up to like 50,000 if you can. I need everybody to tap the screen, especially if you're feeling what I'm saying. So during this devaluation period, they're grooming the new supply, but you're trauma bonded. You keep seeking to get back into the love bomb. You don't realize what you're doing. You keep seeking to get back into a place where the narcissist was acting as if you were the only one. Enter the new supply. The new supply is now starting to become obvious to you. Some of these narcissists will walk in the house talking on the phone with the new supply about you. They're not hiding it anymore. They might just literally sit right next to you and send a new supply text message. I'm watching this movie with this girl. I'm watching this movie with this. They are blatant about it because they think they got you. They think they got you. They think they got you. They think they beat you. They think they own you. They think they ran you. They think they run you. They think their manipulation is so strong that they can get away with things like that. And this is a gender neutral thing. It's not, ladies, it's not just the fellas who do it. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. They will be blatant. Fellas, they will try to make another man feel like he's the man right in front of your face. And then you're sitting there paying mortgage and paying bills and paying everything in the household. And that woman will literally take a person who is a rat on the street, who is a inmate in prison, nothing against the criminal justice system, but they will make somebody who can't even work for them, can't even pay them their bills out to be a better man than you. Because they know that you'll take it. They know that you'll take it. So they'll do their big one. And I'm going to tell you something. The discards happen when that real big one hits. When that real big one hits, and you know what I mean by the real big one is, oh, nah, bruh, nah, sis, you ain't gonna do that to me. This is gonna hurt. Maybe they left you. Maybe you were the one who was discarded and went over to the new supply. Maybe they sucked you dry of all of your assets. They damn sure sucked you dry of all of your energy. They sucked you dry of all of your assets. They sucked you dry of all of your emotional stability. They turned you into an absolute crazy person. Happy Sunday, Jason. They turned you into an absolute crazy person. They're looking at you now like, I can't get all the supply that I need out of this. Meanwhile, the trauma bond still, even during the worst periods of time, had you fighting to get back to that love bombing phase. That's a trauma bond. That's a trauma bond. That's not you trying to fix anything. All the disrespect that you've seen during this devaluation wasn't for none. But if you weren't trauma bonded, you would have left. If you weren't trauma bonded, you were like, well, you know what? If you don't like me, I'm out of here. If you want to cheat on me, I'm out of here. If you want to keep gaslighting me and manipulating me, fine, you got it. Why didn't you leave? It's that trauma bond. Tested, practiced, repeated, done over and over again. Now they feel like since they have everything from you, they can go ahead and just bounce over to the new supply. And let me tell you something. They have a lack of foresight. That lack of foresight, this new supply was surviving during your devaluation off of negative statements about you. You feel me, family? Thank you very much. You feel me, family? If you understand what I'm saying, leave a 100 in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're feeling, because I am trying to explain to you why this trauma bond is so impactful, even years, months down the road. The trauma bond is the only reason that you hurt after the relationship. Because common sense in your own eyes, family, your own eyes, showed you the disrespect, showed you the reason that you were supposed to be leaving. You mix that trauma bond in with you being an empathic person, you're trying up until the last day. So the narcissist figures, you know what? I've done everything. I've done what I needed to do here. I've groomed the new supply. It's time for me to go. And they bounce, or they do something to make you say, no, I can't do this anymore. Now, I want you to understand something. Let's level set real quick, family. You do realize there was not one moment of that relationship, including in the love bomb, where the narcissist was a truthful person to you. You do realize that there was not one moment of the relationship with the narcissist that they weren't cheating on you, whether it was emotionally or whether it was physically. You do realize there was not one moment of the relationship where they weren't manipulating you. They were intentionally being late. They were intentionally missing days. They were intentionally spending weekends out of town and making excuses for it during the love bomb. That was you. You're the one who put up with it. You're the one who put up with it. So now that trauma bond, I need y'all to let me know if you understand me in the comment section. I'm being dead serious right now. Matter of fact, let me level set. You're rocking with the Narc, because we're not finished with this about this trauma bond. Do one of those things right there if you're really feeling what I'm saying. Do the daily heart me, man. Join my fan club. Thank you very much. Tap that screen as much as you possibly can if you don't mind. You got thumbs. If you don't have thumbs, you know, hopefully you didn't lose them dealing with the narcissist. But that is the difference between us and animals. So most narcissists don't have thumbs. Or they have real big thumbs that they're always using online. And leave a comment if you understand what I'm saying. Because y'all got to understand why this trauma bond is impacting you, possibly could impact you for months, for weeks, for years after separation from a narcissist. The trauma bond can still affect you. So they go and bounce. They go and bounce to the new supply. Should be the end of the story, right? No. See, after the discard, immediately after the discard, damn near whoever you are, after the discard, you're checking in, you're wondering, how could this person be so happy with someone else? The answer is simple. They've never been with anybody. The closest thing that they've been with somebody is you. They've never been with anybody. They're with themselves. And the flying monkeys, and they're not with them either. Because y'all know for a fact that narcissists in your life was talking trash about the flying monkeys too, weren't they? Back when it was cool, back when you were the supply that they could joke with, they could hang with, they could kick it with. They have never told the truth. I bring this up on this Sunday morning. Bang. They have never told the truth. And I bring this up to say to you that when you are looking at them on social media, when they are claiming that they are so happy, when they go and get married to the new supply, when they go and get engaged, when they say that they are in the best place in the world, that is an extension of the manipulation, and the only reason that you care about it is because you are used to trying to fix it during the relationship, and that is the trauma bond. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason that you believe it, because you didn't believe them during times in the relationship, but after you spend just a couple of days away from them and you wonder what? With the new supply, that is the trauma bond speaking. It's not facts. It's not real. You make it real. For some strange reason, empathic people, after a relationship is over with the narcissist, knowing that they lied the whole time, all of a sudden, our feelings get in the way because we're watching them do the same thing with somebody else, and all of a sudden, we believe it. We believe it. So you think that a narcissist who spent the whole relationship manipulating you all of a sudden has a brand new skill set with a person that they didn't properly vet, who's probably a narcissist, all of a sudden they are telling the truth now. I am so in love. Man, you're watching a study session, the next one. And it's going to be worse for the new supply. Now, that's the trauma bond. I hope I did a good job explaining it and why and how it affects you. It starts from the beginning and goes all the way to the end. How does it affect the narcissist, though? See, the narcissist is not trauma bonded. They're just being narcissists. I hate the fact that people say that narcissists are trauma bonded. No, narcissists are never trauma bonded. Narcissists are the people who inflict trauma bonds upon people, collecting spirits on their body. Collecting spirits on their body. They have a whole bunch of trauma bonds that is just floating around that toxic inside gut of theirs. But here's how it impacts them. Because it's not a trauma bond, it's an addiction to your supply that they will never find again. Now, I need you to understand this. It's an addiction to your supply that they will never find again. That means that trauma bond. So if I use the word trauma bond for the narcissist, y'all have to excuse me, but it's only an addiction to your supply. Because understand something, the manipulation during the love bomb, the manipulation and the devaluation during the devaluation, the tricking you, the making you feel like you are not doing enough and you can never do enough, and you can never satisfy them. They were getting supply off of all of that. That was the stabilizing supply. That was them needing to feel like they are wanted or needed or a decent person because they had a decent person chasing after them. So they could pull that energy back to them. And they did that for a long period of time, and you put up with so much, and they did it so many times, that became an addiction. Worse than cigarettes. I'm talking about like a human being needs water. That can be an addiction. But you think it doesn't affect them? All of a sudden, you think that narcissist has just gone to the new supply. Oh, yeah, and by the way, they might not ever talk to you again. That's a 99% chance that that won't happen, but they might not talk to you again. Yeah, sometimes that happens. But you think it doesn't affect them? They're going to hoover. Oh, God, it affects them. Because see, when they were used to being able to manipulate, they're not going to, listen, they're not going to be able to manipulate the new supply because they've been talking about you. They've been smear campaigning you, the empath, with the new supply for a long period of time. So when it starts happening to the new supply is going to be like, oh, I've seen this before. Yes, the new supply is the next fool. Don't get it twisted. But their relationship crashes harder because of their addiction to your supply. The love bomb is harder because of their addiction to your supply. The collapse is harder because of their addiction to your supply. The lack of foresight is tough on them after you because of their addiction to your supply, but you don't believe it. All of a sudden, the narcissist is telling the truth, and you guys have to get out of that situation and that mindset that the narcissist is telling the truth. No, the narcissist is continuing the manipulation in a visual form. The narcissist is continuing the manipulation through digital assets. The narcissist is continuing the manipulation with another human body. But the narcissist is not changed. And the narcissist is still centering you in their decisions. They will never admit it. They could be 3 supplies down the road. And you, my friend, are the reason why they're making moves the way that they make their moves. You are the reason why the new supply is going to get devalued. You are the reason why the supply after that is going to get devalued. When you pull your energy back from a narcissist, let me tell you something. And you realize what they are for what they are. They were living off of your supply, but you don't believe it. And guess what? Every single time you chase them, every single time you try to reinforce it, the only thing that you're doing is the same thing that you were doing during the initial evaluation. During the initial devaluation, what were you doing? You were trying to fix their bullshit. You asked a question to them. You literally asked a question to them. That's all you did. Where were you this weekend? Well, guess what? Virtually, by you looking online and trying to figure out what they're doing, why they're doing it, and how they're so happy, you're trying to fix it in your brain again. And they know you're doing it. And they know, of course, that she calls you a narcissist. That's projection. And they know you're doing it. When you check their social media, they know you're checking. They feel it in the energy, even if you don't hit that like button. That's the trauma bond. The trauma bond just moves over to a new situation. The trauma bond just moves over into y'all ain't together mode. But the trauma bond is still going to be there, and it could be there for years. It ain't changed. So stop believing, because you didn't believe them at the end of the relationship when they did their big one, but they still tried to pull the same thing. Oh, here she go tripping again. Oh, here you are acting like a snowflake, or whatever they called you, homeboy. It's nothing changed. This is further proof that the narcissist does not change. This is further proof that the narcissist does not go out of their way to get the work done that's necessary. Normal people do not manipulate others like that. Normal people don't need supply. Normal people can say to you as a human being, hey, I'm seeing somebody else. It's over. And then leave it be. Normal people don't leave situations with the other partner in a trauma bond. Stop treating these people like they are normal human beings, because they are not. They have narcissistic personality disorder. Keyword, disorder. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Something is wrong with these people. And you, my friend, because you're trauma bonded, you're still trying to rationalize this to get them back to a place where you thought they were during the love bomb. And in the love bomb, the only thing they were was you. During the love bomb, the only thing they were doing was mirroring and copying and stretching your boundaries to find out more about you so they can manipulate you, use you, and lie to you. You're rocking with the Narcop. I'm Marcus, man. Do me a favor, do one of those things. Hit that like button if you're really feeling me. If you're really feeling what I'm saying to you, hit the like button. Send me a gift. I don't mind gifts. You know what I mean? I like gifts. I do this work. If you're interested in the one-on-one, email me at thenarcop@gmail.com. Check me out on YouTube. My YouTube has longer things on it. Yeah, if you like my videos, please reach. I do a lot of AI work. I don't care if my page shut up. Now we're going to end this because I'm gonna get on the final stretch, but y'all need to hear this because we're not done with this. And also you can inbox me here if you're interested in a one-on-one. Thank you. Chasen says the best one-on-one. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all gifts. I appreciate all the love. So at the end of the day, the trauma bond is going to creep in maybe for years. And it's okay because the thing about it is understanding discernment and understanding. See, this is the thing. I didn't go into no contact and healing today. But this is the thing. When you go into no contact, you have to be very intentional about your healing so you can combat the love bomb. Because the love bomb is nothing but you trying to take the narcissist back. The trauma bond is nothing but you trying to take the narcissist back to the love bomb phase. The trauma bond is nothing but you trying to take the narcissist back to the love bomb phase. The trauma bond is nothing but you trying to take the narcissist back to the love bomb phase, even after the relationship. And that means that you are considering the narcissist a human being. That means that you're considering the narcissist you, because during the love bomb phase, it was nothing but the narcissist trying to be you, imitate you, learn your flaws, learn your greatnesses, learn what they can take from you. So, indifference is not being trauma bonded. Indifference is understanding exactly where you're at. And indifference is the place that you want to be when it comes down to healing from a narcissistic person. Indifference. I'm not even saying no contact. No contact is the tool you use to get to the place of indifference. Once you're indifferent, that narcissist could be standing in front of your face with a new supply, kissy face, butt naked in your yard. And the only thing you're going to say is, I'm going to call the police because that's weird. Not, oh, I'm hurting. I'm in pain. No contact is just a tool. Indifference is the goal. No contact is just a tool. Indifference is the goal. Not caring is the goal. Beating the narcissist, there's only one way to beat a narcissist. There's only one way to beat a trauma bond, and that is indifference. Family, that's indifference. That's indifference. If you just don't care, they have no tools to use. If you just realize that they were lying the whole time and they're lying to you now, and they're lying to the new supply now, and they're lying to everybody and their mama that's involved, they have no tools to use. If you realize that your brain is only trying to take it back to a person that was basically yourself, and you basically are just loving yourself, instead of trying to take it back to when the narcissist was being nice and being sweet to you. No, they were just manipulating you and not being blatant about it. When you realize these things and you go no contact and you weaponize, because we have our own weapons. We have our own weapons to use against the narcissist, and one of them is the truth. One of them is the light. One of them is realizing that it was us the whole time. See, nobody's going to go into anybody else's life and do all these things, and then for no reason. What, you think you don't have value? Everything in narcissist world is different. They devalue you because you are valuable. They love bomb you because you have calm love. They discard you because you are not to be discarded. Everything in narcissist world is opposite. So stop treating it as if they are the real thing. You are the real thing, my friend. This has been the NarcOp Live. If you're interested in the one-on-one, please feel free. Also, I have a couple of ebooks on my profile. Go check them out. I appreciate every single person for joining me today. We're going to take some questions real quick. Anything anybody want to answer? Any questions that anybody has? Go ahead and that's right. Go ahead and follow me. Yeah, follow me. Please feel free to follow me. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, Arborist. Man, stay safe from the trees. Arborist Pro, if you go to his page, this guy, listen, he has one of the dopest pages. This guy cuts trees for a living. Y'all just go to Arborist Pro's page. Like, he cuts trees, and he's in like 1,000-foot tree or something like that. And bro, y'all gotta see it. It is amazing. He has an amazing page. Thank you, Kenyatta. I appreciate that. Will I ever be healed from a narcissist? Yes, you will. If you're intentional about it. If you're intentional about your healing from a narcissistic person, if you are intentional about it. Like, you can't just go no contact and not do anything. No, you have to practice affirmations. You have to actually go out and start working out. You actually have to stop drinking. You have to stop smoking. You have to start doing positive things. You have to get back to yourself. You have to start putting the fragrances on that you like to smell. You will eventually not only get over it, you'll become a better person. The narcissist was sent into your life for a reason. Don't ever get that shit twisted. God put the narcissist in your life for a reason, for you to eventually find your better self. How you get rid of the love bomb? The love bomb gets rid of itself. The easiest way to get rid of a love bomb is check that narcissist for the truth. You're going to give that narcissist a narcissistic injury. Voila, love bomb gone, devaluation starts. Arborist Pros Scott. His name is he's on this thread. Arborist, say hello so everybody can see you. I need people to go to your page. Like, this guy gets on top of trees, man. I mean, really high. Really high trees. Why does the narcissist keep coming back and apologizing when they have a new supply? Because they want to triangulate. That's a Hoover and a triangulation attempt. If you're not around for them to triangulate the new supply with, that's a Hoover and a triangulation attempt. They want to apologize to get you back in their good graces so they can manipulate the new supply and you because they ain't shit. Boom. Answer. Indifference. Indifference is not caring. Explain indifference. Indifference is not caring. I just don't care. Check this out. Let me give you something. Let me show you an example of indifference, right? I always use this example, so people who've been watching me for a little while, please, y'all don't, here you go again. But this is the best example for difference. You were grocery shopping in, I don't know, Kroger, right? Apples, oranges, peaches, frozen food. Ooh, I'm gonna fry some fish. That's me in the grocery store. I am the cutest shopper. I am all emotion. And you're shopping. And you're pushing that little cart, right? And you're pushing the cart. And all of a sudden you see a flying monkey, a friend of the narcissist. And that flying monkey sees you and beelines it straight to you. Hey, how you doing? You know, the small talking stuff like that. Like, I'm doing good. I'm just shopping, getting me some apples, some oranges, fried fish. I think I'm going to try some calamari. Yeah, guess what? Let me tell you something. You know, your narcissist is pregnant, right? And instead of you letting it affect you, you say, okay, no, that tracks. They don't use protection. What you buying? What you got in your cart? Yeah, man, baseball season starts, man. You went to any games? Like, indifference is you just not caring about. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Instead of giving you, because that flying monkey wants to go give that narcissist supply because you done pulled your energy back. So that flying monkey knows that narcissist is crashing and collapsing. So they need any form of supply. And if you go on no contact the right way, them being to come back and be able to say, yeah, I said you were pregnant. And then you saying, oh, that hurts. Why would they do that to me? And then they go right back to the narcissist and do that. That gives them supply. But when you're just like indifferent, it's like, oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. Cool. I wonder if I should get some chicken. You heard chicken is on sale in here? That is indifference. Indifference is just not giving a damn about anybody or anything that they got going on over there. Hey, you know the narcissist kid is graduating? Okay. Yes, that is indifference. So being friends with a narcissist friend is a no-go. You can be friends with who you want to. Just realize that they're a narcissist. And if you understand something, when you're friends with a narcissist, that means that you're going to get vented to. That means that they're going to look for support. And if you're friends with a narcissist, that means that narcissist is terrorizing somebody in their life. And you are an accomplice to it. That means you're a flying monkey. You really can't be friends with a narcissistic person. Because eventually, they're going to turn the tables on you. You think narcissism is just about partners? No, narcissism is in friendships and family dynamics also. So no, Monet, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Boom. You cannot be friends with a narcissist. Because if you're friends with a narcissist, then somebody's calling you a flying monkey. And if you're a flying monkey, you ain't shit either. And by the way, ladies, and this is I'm talking gender now, because men really don't do this. Y'all do that too much. Ladies, y'all do that too much. Don't get mad at me. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all have a narcissistic woman. All a girl gotta tell y'all, all one of your friends got to say to you is, oh, he ain't shit. You be like, yeah, girl, go ahead and find you somebody else. You were just a flying monkey to somebody. This man might have been doing perfectly fine. This man might have been doing everything that he's supposed to do. You don't know. The only thing you know is what this girl done told you. All you know is what this girl. So women, y'all got to be more careful to not being flying monkeys. Men, we kind of got it established. There's not a lot of guys out here like, yeah, fuck that, hold up. Yeah, nah, you need to go find you somebody else. Nah, man. We look at things a little bit. None of my friends ever did that. But I heard a lot of women that just literally, he hurt me, he yelled at me, he lied to me, this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, the man, they did nothing, and you over there co-signing it. Don't do that. I'm sorry. I said it. You can tell him I said it. I said that one. Now, if I'm lying, leave it in the comments. But most of y'all have accidentally been a flying monkey to some toxic woman. And later on down the road, you were like, oh, damn, she did it again. I had discarded during the love bomb. I was discarded during the love bomb. Was that a narcissistic injury? I had discarded during the love bomb. Oh God, that was a huge narcissistic injury, Shanice. That was the best. That was the best. What are my sound effects? I ain't gonna use them right now. That was the best thing you could possibly ever do to a narcissist. When you discard them during a love bomb, oh man, that's a lifetime narcissistic injury. Well done. You got to be careful who you validate for anything. Validation needs to be earned. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Let's see some of these questions real quick. Any more questions? What's the difference between avoidance and narcissist? Let me tell you something. I love this question, and I'm not going to answer it. I do know the difference, but I'm not going to answer it. Because this is a healing channel, here's what I'm going to say to you. The difference between avoidance and narcissist to you is nothing. The difference between avoidance and narcissist to you is nothing. That's the only thing you need to know. You don't treat them any different. You don't treat avoidance or narcissist any different. Your response to them is exactly the same. Go no contact and heal. That's the difference. Like I don't care what to me they coincide. There are differences, but they coincide to me. I could care less about the difference between it. If I got a avoidant and you go doing that, okay, watch my response, no contact, level up. If I got a narcissist, watch my response, no contact, level up. There's no difference. For this channel, there's no difference. Now, there are scientific and therapist channels that are going to tell you specific differences, but you don't respond the same. Because an avoidant will go monkey branch to somebody too. Where do I start to heal from the trauma bond? Okay. Frank, let me help you out. You start to heal from the trauma bond. I'm gonna give you some serious advice. You start to heal from the trauma bond by first going no contact, right? The next way that you heal from the trauma bond is to say out loud, I am going to heal from the trauma bond today. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start occupying your brain with good things instead of bad things, and slowly start to literally transfer the thoughts about the narcissist into thoughts about your future. You have to be very intentional about it. And look, here's what I'm saying to you. You have to find affirmations. I'll drop some affirmations for you. Inbox me, Frank. I'll give you some affirmations to start saying to yourself, right? You occupy your brain with other things. They're going to seek in, and don't get it twisted. It's going to suck. You got to go through the dark night of the soul. You're going to ruminate. You're going to cry. You're going to drink. You're going to work out. But then you got to go no contact long enough where you get tired of being in thinking about the narcissist. You get tired of ruminating about the narcissist. You get tired of being around the narcissistic person. You get tired. Inbox me for a one-on-one, Frank. I can help you out. Have an 8-year-old with her and just wants to communicate through text. And just wants to communicate. Does she want to communicate through text, or do you want to communicate through text? And only the cold treatment. Listen, if she only wants to communicate through text and the cold treatment, Frank, that's the best news you could possibly have. Let her stand on that. That's going to bring you peace in the long run. Stop trying to talk to that narcissist. If she's a narcissist, stop trying to talk to her. Stop trying to communicate with her. You ain't going to have no family dynamic with her. That's over with, bro. That's going to be weaponized. You get you a lawyer. You figure out that situation. You do everything you do responsibly. You document everything, and you move the fuck on. If she only wants to communicate by text message and she's a narcissist, you don't even know what kind of blessing that is, sir. She wants to communicate only through text. You don't even know what kind of blessing that is, Frank. Frank, that's a blessing. You don't see it yet because you're still trauma bonded. You don't get it. There are some people in here on this. Y'all better help this man out. There's some people in this live right now that if they could only, it would be a blessing if all they could get was, you mean they're not going to call me 24 times? No, bro. Listen, that's good. Let her stand on her business, my boy. Let her stand on her business. Let her stand on her business. You are in a better situation than you think you are in, right? You think you're about to have some, Frank, get over the thought process that you're about to have some kind of that's at the end of the day, here's the problem. You are in the thought process that you're about to have some kind of family dynamic with a narcissistic baby mama. That's not going to happen. I hate to hurt your feelings, family, but it's not going to happen. If she's a narcissist, there is not going to be a family dynamic. It's going to be a person who watches your kid every week or whatever y'all got situated, and that's it. Because anything else is going to be manipulation and possibly jail. And so just straighten it out that family dynamic is over with. You don't have no family with the narcissist. You have a person who watches your kid. And you're lucky if that person is going to continue to watch. The Kid Frank, do you hear me? Are you still here? Inbox me for a one-on-one, Frank. Please do that. Email thenarcop@gmail.com. You need to holler at me, bro. That family dynamic shit that you got going in your head right now is going to mess you up in the long term. You better go no contact and be happy that text messages are the only thing that she wants to do. Don't get sad because she said text messages. Don't get sad. That's a blessing. You're in a better situation than you think, my boy. Why the new supply? Raisin says, why the new supply keeps contacting you to discuss their wedding plans. I blocked them and they broke up. That is what I am talking about. Raisin with 100% win comment. That's the comment of the day so far. Raisin is proving my point in real time. Raisin, are you still here? Where are you, baby? Raisin, let me tell you something. I want to explain something to everybody who's watching right now. You see what she said? The new supply was calling her, talking about their wedding plans. And she blocked them with no contact, and they ended up breaking up. There's so much proof in the pudding of what I'm trying to establish by you have more power over the narcissist's new relationship than anybody else. That narc was a real narc because that narc had manipulated the new supply, who probably was a narcissist themselves also, because the narc was feeling big, bad, and bold, and the new supply was feeling like I got everything under control, right? Like I done took your man or I done took your woman, and you're just like, why are y'all contacting me? Because they needed that. You were the basis of their new relationship. They don't have anything to talk about. They are the most boring people on the planet. They don't be having nothing to talk about. They don't have deep conversations. They establish their relationship off of you. The new supply and the narcissist establishes their relationship off of talking about the empath. So that's why it was important for the new supply and the narcissist to have you involved, that triangulation, to get supply, to get energy from them. But when you were like, bruh, I don't want to talk about nobody goddamn marriage, especially to that stupid person, and you cut them off, they ain't got nothing else to talk about. They're over there looking like two jackasses. So when you pull your energy back, that narcissist is collapsing. When they collapse, what happens? Who's the person who's going to catch the raft since you're not there? Well, the first person is the new supply. The second person is the flying monkeys. You did great. You did perfect, Raisin. That was an amazing story. That was an amazing story. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And when you go no contact, you're pulling bullets out of that chamber. When you go no contact, you are literally backing away. When you go no contact, you're backing away from nonsense. When you go no contact, like you have more power over the relationship than you ever know, family. Just go no contact and watch what happens to them. They always collapse. Listen, bro, I'm telling you, for about 95% of you guys, your no contact is going to mess with the narcissist way longer. You're going to heal. You're going to grow. Their relationship turns to shambles. They keep trying to replace you. That new supply was calling Raisin because the new supply wanted to be more like Raisin because the narcissist kept bringing up Raisin. Raisin is the center of the fuel matrix. So when she pulled her energy back, now nobody knows what it's like to be Raisin. And Raisin was the only reason that they were together in the first place. You got more power than you believe. And here's the awesome part about it. Raisin was one of the lucky ones because she got to find out what happened to the narcissist in the new supply. But here's the problem. Most of us, if you're doing no contact properly, you won't know what the hell happens to the narcissist. You're not on their social media. You're not in their world. You don't talk to their people. What's the point of that? You should know the ramifications of it. And the quicker you don't know, the quicker. And see, Raisin blocked both of them. And not soon, God, that's perfect, man. That actually makes me so happy. And not soon after, that relationship crumbles. Raisin says, going as far as wearing the same dress I wore on our dinner dates and posted. I stayed silent and boom. Raisin, I don't invite people up, but I'm real close to inviting you up here. And y'all know I don't let people on my stage, but that is amazing. Trina says, I missed it. So when they first get with the new supply, they're smearing you already. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? I am going to bring you up, Raisin. Raisin, you mind coming up? You want to come up? I don't let people up here on my stage, but I'm going to invite you up. Where's Raisin at? Oh, there's a lot of y'all in here today. It is a lot of y'all in here today. Okay. Sorry. All right, that's a great story. Anyway, that's a great story. And okay, all right, no problem, Raisin. I'm gonna let you slide. That's not a problem. She says she's shy narc. No, I saw it. I see it. That's all right, Raisin. I mean, listen, you might be shy, but that was a gangster move you pulled. And that is proof of what I say to you all the time, because the only reason I'm bringing it up is because a lot of you guys are concerned about what the new supply and the narcissists are doing. And to be honest with you, don't understand something. They don't have a personality. They don't have a life. They don't have some kind of consistent, thing where they're always in the game and they're always moving and they're always talking and they have original conversations. They might take vacation pictures, but they're arguing right before it. Here's the thing. You are the basis of their new relationship. That is men and women. Women especially, like, listen, men be just literally trying to recreate you. Women be trying to recreate you too. And they think they done found daddy because it's easy, man. They thirsty. They're all thirsty as hell. So it's easy. Anybody can get your narcissist, dog. The new supply ain't special. The new supply ain't like some kind of goddess or god. Anybody can get your narcissist, dog. Anybody, like, that's why you got to understand something. Like, you're looking, the trauma bond got you looking at the situation where you're looking at trash, thinking that they might have found treasure. No, you're really looking at trash. And trash what does trash do when it's left alone? Especially bioorganic trash. It disintegrates. Just leave it alone. When you leave these people alone, their new relationships don't work out well. When you go no contact for a long period of time, and you know what? Tomorrow's live, and tomorrow will be, well, I got work to do. I'm going to do something. Tonight's live. I'll go live tonight. Tonight's live will be dedicated to no contact, because a lot of you guys don't understand what's happening during no contact, what's going on during no contact. So tonight's live is going to be talking about no contact. What about if we have kids? Gray rock, which is still no contact. Gray rock. The biggest thing is indifference. The awesome part about gray rocking when you have kids is that you do get to see collapses. You get to see all the karma and all the collapse when you have kids. right? But you got to go no contact. But a lot of y'all don't want to go no contact. A lot of y'all don't want a gray rock, and we're not going to get into that. I'll get into that later on today. But third person parenting app, right? No emotions. Hey, if you're narcissistic baby mama, baby daddy, hey, I'm coming to pick up the kids. All right, cool. What time are you going to be here? Oh, first I'm going to stop by that spot. You remember that spot we went to and going to dinner and this, that, and that? What time are you going to get here? Hey, I miss you. Why you be treating me so bad? Is Johnny's pencils in the backpack? Very simple shit, right? Like you're not giving them conversations. You're not giving them emotions. You're just like, but see, that's the problem. A lot of y'all think y'all going to have these family dynamics with narcissistic people. So they get away with doing stuff like, hey, yeah, my son, our son got better. Why you been treating me like that recently? Did you give him Tylenol or Advil? Right? Like, y'all be having conversations with your baby mamas and baby daddies, and it's like, there is nothing to talk about. Just talk to me about this child. Is my child sick? Okay, well, I don't want him sick. You don't even say what they need to do. I don't want him sick when he comes back. And then they'll try to throw it on you. Well, if you were this, that, and the other, goodbye. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's like you guys give too much emotions to the narcissist. You guys give too much, like the baby mamas and baby daddies and people who have kids with the narcissist, y'all give too much. And then you swear because you have a child with them that you have this thing in your brain that, I need to be a good mom, or because you're an empath. You're like, I don't want to be the toxic one. I don't want to keep my kids away from your. That narcissist is going to terrorize you for 18 years unless you start getting your shit together. Okay, Ironside, my boy. Ironside. Now let me tell y'all about Ironside. Ironside is one of my, if not my favorite, Ironside is one of my favorite followers. I love all of you, but Ironside is one of my favorite followers. Why? Because he's an idiot in love. He doesn't want to admit it. Now, he has been doing some, I'm not calling you an idiot. He's just a fool in love. Ironside is a fool in love. Ironside, y'all know me and Ironside's relationship. If y'all been watching me for a while, I pick on Ironside because Ironside be saying some stupid shit. But I want everybody to understand something. Ironside got discarded by a narcissistic woman, right? And the only reason I share this is because he shared it publicly on here. So I'm pretty certain that I can talk about it. Ironside has been asking the most why, what questions. She won't talk to me, this, that, and the other. I want y'all to notice what Ironside just said. And if y'all let time go by, I promise you, if you start the process of no contact, you're going to start to see your value. Ironside said that the same woman tried to hack into his social media accounts. A couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, this same woman didn't want to have nothing to do with him. Follow me. Ironside started no contact. As soon as Ironside started no contact, she started doing crazy shit like trying to break into his social media. But you didn't want to have nothing to do with me a couple of weeks ago. You said I was toxic. You said I was trash. You said I had other things going on. Y'all don't be believing me when I say go no contact and let time happen. Stop worrying about what they doing. Even if you hurt real bad from not seeing these people, just go no contact. You're going to find out your value because they're going to do some toxic, weird shit to you early on and later on down the road. Ironside, you are not done. All that is games. And is that normal, family? I don't want to have nothing to do with you. And then a month later, I'm trying to break into your social media. They want to wear your skin. They want to wear your skin. Like Buffalo Bill, they want to wear your skin. If y'all understand that reference, then you understand that reference. If you know, you know. The narcissist wants to wear your skin. Don't believe them. All that shit you're going through is a trauma bond. It's a trauma bond. Just a couple of months ago, Ironside said this woman didn't want to have nothing to do with him and this, that, and the other and found a new supply. Now she's trying to break into his social media. It puts the lotion on its skin. You get it. Narcop, why would a female narc stalk you on social media if they're with a new supply in 2 months? Triangulation, and they're a narcissist. They stalk you on social media because they're always in a competition with you. They stalk you on social media because they, at the back of their brain, let me tell you something, they know you're the real deal. Narcissists are like arsonists, right? They will burn the whole entire house down and then walk around the block and come back when the fire trucks come in. They want to watch the damage that they did. That's why you have to be careful about what you post, how you post after you deal with a narcissistic person. You don't even need to post. Sometimes you just need to go silent if you don't know what to post. If you post anything about like fake grow-ups, they can read you, they can see your pictures, right? Like you actually have to live your life, go no contact, and really start glowing up. So when you post on social media, you're not thinking about them because they know when you're thinking about them and you give them supply. They're looking for any moment to see you're in hurting and you're pain. Because if you're in pain and you're hurting after that narcissistic woman went ahead and did what they did, if they discarded you, reverse discarded you, and monkey branched to someone else, then they want to justify that they were right by destroying your life and making sure that your life looks bad. Your life is terrible. They want to see you suffer. You got to suffer for them cheating on you. You got to suffer for them making a decision to cheat on you. You got to suffer for them making a decision to go to a new man. You got to suffer. It's your fault. It's your fault that I slipped and fell on some D. It's your fault. And they got to watch that. And they got to watch that. They don't want you to glow up. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to find happiness. They are going to get super jealous once they find out. Does that make sense? All right, I was here 35 minutes longer than I was supposed to be here. Y'all send me a gift, man. Y'all tap that screen, man. If y'all like them. Oh, y'all get me to 100,000. That, you know what? I'm at 97,000 likes. Okay, family. Okay, family. Y'all get me to 100,000 likes. Y'all get me to 100,000. I think I deserve that on this Sunday morning. I think I deserve that on this Sunday morning. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who's sending me a gift. If you're interested in a one-on-one with a narcop, I'm really good at that. But even if you don't get me, go find you some coach. Definitely get a real therapist, but find you a coach who knows how to deal with narcissistic abuse and get you a one-on-one if you're still hurting real bad. They help. They really help. Because I understand this. I had no direction when I was with my narcissistic ex and I was healing from narcissistic abuse. I had no direction. I was lost. I was hurt. It took me having a conversation with somebody to actually get up out of it. And I went through 4 or 5 therapists and none of them really gave me anything. And then some of your friends don't have no clue on how to deal with narcissistic abuse. They're like, why are you still stuck? Why are you still stuck? You're lame. Click said, I need real lawyers and real law enforcement. Go get that. 100,000. All right, family. I appreciate y'all, man. That's dope. All right, I'm going to take one more question, and then I got some real work to do. I will be live. Also, you can follow me on YouTube, The Narcop on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I don't post on TikTok as much, but I'm going to start posting on TikTok. But I have long form content on YouTube. Please go over there, subscribe to my channel on YouTube if you don't mind. What else I want to say to you? Also, if you're interested in the politics, I am a progressive person. I think that the narcissist in chief is a terrible person. I don't care how you feel about it. The narcissist chief is a terrible person. You can follow me on Instagram, Marcus Farrell Marcus for America on Instagram, Marcus Farrell Live here on TikTok. Please, that's my political channel. That's my commentary channel. Y'all can follow me. Last question. Why they harass you and you might confront them and they would deny it? Because they're liars. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, a lot of this is consistently because they are narcissists, right? Why they harass you and you might confront them and they're going to deny it? Because they are liars. I mean, you got to, come on. I'm not trying to be rude, Miss Queen Linda, but I need you to think, because they are liars. That's not even you got to answer to that. They are liars. They lie. That's what they do. Like, be careful on framing your questions. And I'm not saying you're thinking wrong. I'm saying you don't have to ask questions like that. You got to get into the practice and start understanding that instead of asking the question. You got to understand that they're just narcissists. This weirdo energy is not what human beings do. You know what I'm saying? Is she spiraling now? No, she might not be spiraling. She might be manipulating right now. Ironside. She might not, but she might be collapsing. And getting a reaction out of you is what she really wants. Because this is the first time that her stubborn ass saw you go no contact. And she does not like that, Ironside. But you can't break no contact. She got to stand on what she did to you, bro. She got to stand on that. She got to stand on what she did to you, bro. Straight up. She got to stand on it. So she's never seen you go no contact before. You were serious. I thought you were lying to me. You were serious when you said that you went no contact. Great. Stay in no contact forever. You're going to see a lot more weird shit. The problem with you that I don't trust is that I think you'll go no contact just to get her to come back to you. I don't trust you yet, Ironside. I don't. You know I don't. I don't trust you yet. You're going to use these tools to try to get back with her. I don't. See, that's why he laughing. You see that? You see that? You see him laughing? That's because he know I ain't lying. See that? He laughed. That was his reaction, right? Y'all see what happened? I said, I don't trust you because you know what? You just want to use that shit so she can come crawling back to you. You don't know how to do this the right way. You don't know how to do. Yeah, you know you're not serious. Shut the fuck up. Oh, it's Sunday. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. You just want her to come back to you. Ironside. When you go no contact consistently for a month, I'm going to send you $20. 20 American dollars. I know where you at. I'm going to send you 20 American dollars. When you go no contact, you got to prove it to me too. And I ain't talking about, yes, I'm going to send you 20. I will send you $20, Ironside, if you go no contact for a month. I will. I promise you I will. Because I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it. You see what happened when you go no contact for like 2 weeks, right? Oh, I know. He's not a liar. I might say a lot about Ironside, but he's not a liar. He tells the truth. He'll tell you exactly what he's doing. He has no problem with that. That's why he ain't gonna lie for no money. That guy don't lie. That's why I like him so much. He is very blatant about all the dumb shit that he does. Come on, if you've been rocking with me for a while, you know that Ironside doesn't lie. He will sit up here and say exactly how he messes up with his girl. So it is what it is. All right. Make sure I have adequate proof. Nah, he ain't gonna lie to me. Matter of fact, that's why I was like, I know there's certain people you could tell. Listen, you could tell after you coach people for a while and after you do this for a little while, you can tell where people are at in their healing. I can tell if somebody has just recently broken up or it's been like 1 or 2 months because they're still in the why phase. Why this? Why that? I can also tell when somebody's been a little longer in the road because they're like karma phase, karma this, karma that. And then I can tell that there's some people who've been in it a little longer than that because they're in the, man, I'd murk that person if I saw him. I hope I don't see him in the streets, boy, I got something for him. That's a little longer. And then there's the last phase, which is the indifferent phase, which y'all just be checking in every now and then. It's like, yeah, well, thank you, Chasen. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, I really don't care about the narcissist. I'm just trying to make sure I don't do it again, right? There's phases to this. It's easy to tell. It's easy to tell. Oh, my political handle is Marcus Farrell Live, and Marcus for America on Instagram. I'm platinum over there. Like I don't had 1 million views. I had 3 million views on my political page in the past month. 4 million. 4 million views in the past 2 months. Something like that. I'm really good at that too. Marcus for America on Instagram. It's Marcus Farrell Live on TikTok. All right. Well, listen. I'm leaving now. No. Ferrell. And if I get any weird requests from some of y'all, I'm blocking you. I'm saving this chat. Thank you for joining me today. I will come back later on tonight, maybe, possibly. It's been great. It's been real. Schedule a one-on-one with me. And I have to say this one more time. This is my last month with cheap prices. Starting May 1st, I have white people prices on my one-on-ones. I'm charging the same amount of money as the white people. So you might want to schedule me now, because starting May 1st, I am going to have white people prices. I am not afraid to say that. There's people who are worse than me, worse coaches than me, who are making a ton more money and charging a lot more. I am charging white people prices May 1st. So the hookup black folk prices, that goes away starting May 1st. So you might want to get in where you fit in right now. It's $50 for 30 minutes, $100 for an hour. That's the prices, right? $50 for 30 minutes, $100 for an hour. And I don't mind doing it, but let me tell you something. Next month, that changes. You can email me at thenarcop@gmail.com or inbox me on this right here. This has been the Narcop. I'm Marcus. I appreciate you. I love you. Stay ho free, stay narc free. Happy Sunday, folks. Peace. Peace in the Middle East.